Plug the sound in. We get some sound. Hey, I got a notification that said I was live. Look at that. And okay, look at that. The picture looks good too. It looks a lot clearer than it ever has. All right. We got sound. Everything, everything clicked off just right today. Hey. All right. Welcome everybody. There's my wife. Done dealing with dumb dogs. We got a new dog a few weeks ago, and he's a trip. He's a beagle, so he's got that nose, right? He wants to smell everything and investigate everything. And you send him out, you put him on the cable to go outside to go to the bathroom, and he gets so distracted with all the smells and everything outside that he forgets to go to the bathroom. And you bring him back inside, and then he sits there at the door and whines to go back out because he didn't go to the bathroom when you let him out. I don't know, he needs like ADD medicine or something. He needs some Ritalin. He's a good little boy, but he's a trip. So welcome everybody to the T350 show. We'll give a couple of minutes for everyone to join us. All of y'all that won swag last week, everything went out today. So the triplets and the forget the other guy's name. Jeff. Something with a G. Groff. Jeff Groff. Yeah. So all your stuff, all your guys' stuff went out today. So you should have it here before the end of the week. St. Bernard German Shepherd mix. Ooh, that's going to be a big dog. That's not a lap dog. Well, he might think he's a lap dog. Yeah, he's walking. He's wrapped around. He always gets wrapped around the deck. I gotta put lattice work around because we've never had a dog that we had to cable before. The lab doesn't. Well, apparently she does need to be cabled because she's out walking in the street. But now he goes and gets wrapped around the deck posts on the cable, and then you got to go out and get him and. So I'm going to put some lattice work up underneath the deck to keep him from going underneath there. You know, that wooden stuff that's all, right, meshed, whatever they call that lattice. I think they call it lattice. Yeah. I'm going to put that around the bottom of the deck so he can't go underneath there. Starting a new job tomorrow. Wow. Yeah, I haven't done that in almost 20 years. I've been here 18 years. It's starting a new job. Don't want to start a new job. I got about 10 more years to go to retirement. 10, 11 more years. And I just don't want to start over. Not at this point. So, last week we recapped the SHOT Show and gave away our swag that we always give away, and like I said, all that went out. Everybody should be getting that the end of the day or end of the week. I'm sorry, and we're gonna hop back now a couple of weeks. You know, we did the A2 upgrade a couple of weeks ago, where we took these A2 M4, whatever you want to call them. The A2 front sight post and the M4 handguards, and we took these off and we put a free float handguard on. Not necessarily this gun. This gun is actually the first AR that I ever built. This is Cerakoted mil-spec OD green. This is my first one, and this is a 223 wild barrel. Just pretty much, nothing here. This is pretty much a stock gun. There's nothing really upgraded here. Got some diamond head flip up sights and a Yankee Hill Phantom muzzle brake on it. We're going to be taking that off and putting on a chemo adapter for my can. But you can see, this thing's pretty much bone stock. And I'm just going to start upgrading, doing some little things, you know what I mean? Just the little external things. Nothing big, nothing fancy. But just wanted to do that for you live in here. And maybe you got that first AR for Christmas as a gift, or you bought one for yourself, whatever. And now you're starting to think about doing some little upgrades, and you want to, investigate some stuff. And I'm going to show you just how easy it is to really do all that stuff, so you're not intimidated by it. And with very basic tools. So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of my sling here. So we'll get rid of that for right now. And we're going to clear our gun, make sure it's empty. We're going to split the gun in half. We are going to be working with both halves of the gun today. So we're going to set those aside for now. We're going to go ahead and start with the lower, the work that we're going to do on the lower here. So what I've got for the lower is I have an Armaspec B2 extended mag release. Okay, so I'm going to replace this small button right here with an extended mag release that comes back, so that, when I'm going to drop my mag, I'm not searching for that button. It's a bigger button, and my finger is just going to, right, if you're right here, and you can see if you're holding a gun, an AR you almost have to reach forward a little bit, right? You have to almost come around with your hand here a little bit. Your finger doesn't quite naturally hit that button right. You have to, so your hand, you want to come forward with your hand. Well, this is going to help alleviate that, so that when you're in the natural rest position, your finger will be laying right on the button. So you don't have to bring your hand forward to release your mag. Then I got a Magpul bad lever. This is a battery assisted device. And what this does is it attaches to your bolt release, wraps down through your mag or your trigger well, and it gives you the ability to close your bolt from this side with this finger. So you can drop a magazine, replace a magazine, and close your bolt all without doing the gymnastics to do that. And then while we're at it, we've got an ambidextrous safety selector from Strike Industries that we're going to put in as well. So let's go ahead and get started, right? So first thing I'm going to do is take my pistol grip off. You don't have to take this all the way off, but it does make it easier. You have to get the detent pin out of there and the spring, and it just makes it easier. Right there's your spring. You don't want to lose that. And I just kind of keep everything together, and then there's your detent. Falls out of that little hole right there. That's your safety selector detent. So you put that somewhere where you're not going to lose it. Now, your safety selector comes out, and we're going to go ahead and get this thing assembled. Now this is an ambidextrous. You can use it either way. It can be used as a single if you prefer not to be ambidextrous with it. I don't know, I think the ambidextrous looks cool. I mean, I'm not left-handed or anything, but I just think it kind of looks cool. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on there. So these come unassembled. And okay, so got to make sure you get it oriented right and you get the levers on there correctly. Otherwise, it'll be backwards and it won't work. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to snug these down. This side you can tighten up pretty good, right? Okay. And we're going to go ahead Drop that in there. Okay. Now that that's in there, we're going to go ahead and put the other side on without dropping it. Okay. Now we'll tighten this side up real good. Okay. Good to go there. We will drop our detent back in. Put our grip back on. Put our screw in. And tighten it back up. I haven't tried the silent capture spring yet. I'm interested in how they work, Russ. I've seen them. They look kind of cool. Have not tried one yet. Okay, now we're going to do a safety check, right? We are in safe. Gun does not fire. We go to fire. Gun fires. Resets. And cannot go into safety when the gun is fired. Okay, function is good. There's your ambidextrous safety with levers on both sides. So from a shooting position, now once I'm done shooting, I can just reach right up with this finger now and put it on safe. Okay, which is easy enough to do with your thumb as well, but you know, if you're over here working already, and just gives you the flexibility, right? Okay, let's change out this so we're going to push the mag release through and start unwinding it. Nope, not quite yet. Okay. All right, there's the old button. We got the old button out. Yeah, watch the spring there. Okay, we're going to set all our old parts aside here. And we're going to put our new button on. Just installed just like the old button. Put spring on. Push this on. Get it started. Until it snugs up. Then you push it in. And just like you're installing okay. Okay, it's coming out just a little too far. I can hear it catching and I can feel it catching, so I want to go maybe one more turn until still catching. I don't like a mag release that catches on me. There we go. Now we check it to make sure that it releases the magazine and it holds the magazine. Okay, good. Now, we're going to take this and we're going to install the screws in it. Don't tighten anything down until you get them all started. At least I don't. Okay. Snug them up. And there you have it, right? I'm still in my natural firing position and I can activate my release without having to bring my finger forward to try to catch that little button. And we do a quick, so you can see, right? Even if I just catch this little bit of it, it still releases the magazine. There. So you can see the ambidextrous safety on both sides and the extended mag release. Okay. So the last thing I'm going to put on this lower is this Magpul battery assisted device, otherwise known as the bad lever. Okay. Again, you'll end up with a drawer full of these little wrenches, because they all give you wrenches to do the job here, which is kind of nice. You don't have to search for them, but you will end up with a drawer full of them over the years. Okay, so what this does is it attaches right to your current setup. Okay, this is just basically a cover for your bolt release, and you're going to put the two halves together and you're going to put the screw in. They've got a little bit of poly Loctite already on the screw. Now, normally I'd be doing this up here, but you wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing. So I'll go ahead and do it in here, holding it against my chest. Normally, like I said, I'd have it in here. That's why I have that. Okay. And there you have it. All right, let's we're going to go ahead real quick before I start in on my things I want to do to the upper. I'm going to check that for function. Okay. All right, so I can drop the mag, reload my mag, and close my bolt. Just a quick drop of the finger, and it's right there. I go right from one to the other, so I don't have to use the other hand to slap the paddle. Okay, so there's the bad lever installed, battery assisted device. And you can see it comes through the trigger hole, and right here I drop my mag and come down and close my bolt, all with one finger. So that's the stuff I wanted to do to the lower. We're going to go ahead and set that off to the side. Get all my empty boxes out of the way here so I clean my deck a little bit. All right. So now what I got to do here is I'm going to take this muzzle device off. I'm going to replace this charging handle, which is really real easy. And then I'm going to put a Strike Industries Ultimate dust cover on. So I got to take the handguard off, which is real simple to do. Yeah, I like OD green and black. I like color. I like the colored ARs. OD green, Magpul gray, flat dark earth. I like them all. I like all them colors. Everybody has a black gun, right? No, it's all just black rust. No Cerakoted. No Cerakote. Oh, what's up with that? This gun's been together for a while. Huh, that's unusual. There we go. I don't think I've had this handguard off for a long time. Okay. All right. We got to get this sight off because it's got to go in my vise block. We're going to go ahead and pull the bolt carrier group. The charging handle's out. We want to replace that anyway. So we're going to get this rear sight off. Okay. Now I got to loosen the barrel nut in order to get the dust cover off because the dust cover pin isn't going to come out with the barrel nut in place. It hits the barrel nut. So not only am I going to loosen the barrel nut, I'm going to have to, pair of safety glasses. I'm going to have to resight this gun in because once you've loosened the barrel nut, and then retightened it, there's a possibility that you could change your point of impact. Now, I don't need to take the barrel all the way out if I didn't or don't want to, because now with the barrel nut slid forward, obviously, gives me the opportunity to slide my pin forward. And dust covers off. Now I'm going to pull this one out. I bought the Ultimate dust cover with the American flag engraving on it. You can see it kind of looks like a American flag. Kind of cool looking. So these are real easy to install. The springs, everything's, you just literally pop this side in the hole, compress the pin, and that's it. It installs that easy. Oh, my spring doesn't have any tension on it. So you do have to wrap the tension into the spring. And there we go. Now, pops right open. Okay, dust cover is installed. We will retighten our barrel nut. Do the proper torque. About 40-50 foot-pounds. Okay. We're going to go ahead and pull this muzzle device off. And then we're going to put our chemo muzzle device on. We're going to see where the can lines up. Oh, couldn't ask for better alignment. I always like to have my my engraving on my can in the upward direction so that I know, right? See, it's up. Perfect. Don't even need a spacer. I could probably put a little one in if I wanted to, but I really don't need to, so I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to let it go. Okay. Put the handguard back on. Where'd my... There it is. That was our old, very old retention system back before we got told that we couldn't do that any longer. A certain company that we won't name sent us a letter and said you can't do that. And that's how we came up with the current retention system plate that we have today. Ours is better anyway. We're going to make sure our handguard is seated and lined up. two Unga Dungas. I actually have a torque wrench, so I can. But yeah, if you. Hi, Tracy. I'm busy working here and I'm missing my comments. Yeah, I belong to the spray. What is it? Rattle can that crap. I belong to that group. Uh, okay. All right. So we got the handguard back on. Last thing I want to do today is put this ambidextrous. The reason I like these is if I want to shoot with a scope, I like to have my buttstock all the way extended, and therefore my eye sits back a little further from the scope, and I tend to have a scope sit back just about as far as it can on the gun, and it typically covers the standard charging handle, and it makes it a little hard to get to. So with this, you can charge from either side. You don't have to try to, you can just, so it's really nice. Either side you grab, you're gonna be able to charge with. So before I do that real quick, I'm gonna put my sight back on. Like I said, now I will have to sight this gun back in, because one, I loosened the barrel nut and retightened it, and two, I removed my rear sight. Now the rear sight should return pretty much to zero as long as I put it back in the same spot. I shouldn't have too much issue with that, and I probably shouldn't have too much with the barrel nut, but right, we're gonna have to resight it in anyway. Okay. And we put our stock back on. And see, like I said, I like to have all the way, so I tend to sit back where if I was up here, I'd be real close and my scope could sit up further. But I like to shoot fully extended, so my face sits back a little further, so therefore my scope needs to sit back. And then, right, I can, no matter where I go, I can charge. Okay, there you go. It's a figure was the charging handle was about $50, I think. The ambidextrous safety was about $30. The bad lever was like $30, and the dust cover was $25-$30. The chemo device was about $30 or $40. So, you know, I'm a couple $100, couple $100 in upgrades, and now I'm ready to rock and roll. Very cool. That's how easy it is to upgrade your AR. Just doing little things, you know what I mean? Next thing I'd probably want to do is I'm going to want to get rid of this buttstock and put some kind of nice buttstock on there. So I'm going to look at that next, and then figure out what kind of optic I want for it. And I had an old scope on this when I actually I took this gun to Texas years ago and killed some pigs with it. So, but I took the optic off and put it on another gun, as we tend to do. Switch parts around from one gun to the other. And I've got a little pile of parts here that I can throw in my spare parts bin, or I can donate to Russ for his Marksman for Vets project. Okay. And that's it. We'll do, like I said, let's do a quick function check again, right? Everything works there. Everything works there. Mag works. Okay. Good to go. That's it. About 20-25 minutes, and I did a few $100 worth of upgrades and made my gun ready to use my can. You know, now that I think about it, I think this this chemo device was a little more. I think these were 60 or 80 bucks if I'm not mistaken. Come kill more, I'll pay 10 bucks a head. Wow, so you got a bounty on them, huh? Have to come down there and kill some for you. I don't need 10 bucks a head. I just like to shoot them. Nasty varmints. The pigs cause an incredible amount of damage. You know, I think I saw it estimated something like $1 billion in damage every year just in Texas. Just in Texas. Maybe I'm misspeaking. Maybe it's $1 billion throughout the country, and it's so many millions of dollars. But whatever it is, they do an incredible amount of damage. You know, half a dozen pigs can get in your yard and root your yard up and your shrubs up, and you plant a field, you plant a cornfield, and they just go and they root the seed right up. Right, they'll destroy your crops. Absolutely destroy your crops and destroy your land. So the farmers down in Texas hate them. So, well, the farmers anywhere actually where they are, you know. I enjoy hunting them, and there's times when I'm like, oh man, I wish we had hogs in Ohio. And then I look at the damage they do, and I'm like, yeah, I'm glad we don't have hogs in Ohio. I heard about that a couple years ago. The lady that got killed. The hogs killed. They attacked her. You know, a male hog, even the females, but the male hogs especially, man, they can be mean. Right when they're cornered, they're coming at you. They don't care. They're coming at you, and they got tusks, and they got, they got them razor sharp tusks. They come in and they want to cut with them, and they'll tear you up. I've hunted hogs a couple times, and I've seen them get aggressive and charge guys, you know, especially if they're wounded or something, and they will turn around and charge a guy. And I was hunting hogs a couple years ago in Texas, and we were there was 4 or 5 of us, and we were walking through this field, and it was about waist high, and down a couple hundred yards, 4 or 5 guys down, I heard someone yell, "Hogs up." And I looked, and all you could see was the grass moving. The grass was just, and they're coming right at you. That moving grass is coming right at you. And I'll tell you what, that'll put you up on edge, because they you don't know where they are. They going to run right into you, So you're on the ready. You got your gun on, up and on safety and ready to rock in case one shows. I mean, and I've had them. I've shot pigs at 5 foot before. So, yeah. So that's right. That's a quick upgrade video. We put on a bad lever. We put on ambidextrous safety. We put on an ambidextrous charging handle. We put on an extended mag release, and we put on an ultimate dust cover, and we put a chemo muzzle device on so we could run the Dead Air Nomad 30 can on this gun. So, couple $300 worth of upgrades in 20-25 minutes. So that's how easy it is to upgrade your AR. That's why we do these videos, is to show you don't have to be intimidated by doing something like this. It's real simple. Screwdriver, couple of Allen wrenches, a couple of the small wrenches that they give you with the parts that it came with, a vise block, and some wrenches. If you don't have a torque wrench, you know, a big crescent wrench works. You know, very basic tools, and 25 minutes, and I got all that done. Really simple, and thanks. Appreciate you joining us. First time viewer. Iced roads and deliveries don't mix. Yeah, iced. I got out of the truck. I got a jacked up truck, right? I got 35-inch tires on my truck, and I tend to get out of my truck. I use the running boards to get in my truck, but when I get out of the truck, I tend to just slide off the seat, let my feet hit the ground, and off I go. Well, my feet hit the ground this morning, and they went straight up in the air, and I bashed my back and my head off the running board as I went down, and my coffee went flying, and I rolled around on the I rolled around on the ground like a turtle up on its back for a minute trying to get my breath. I knocked the wind out of me. I didn't have a good morning, and the worst part about the whole thing was all my coffee. I had my big Yeti full of coffee, and it ended up all over the parking lot. Yeah, I'm fine. I got a little bit of a sore shoulder. I'll probably be a little sore tomorrow, but I didn't do too bad for an almost 56-year-old fat guy falling. I didn't hurt anything. I'm glad too, because I'm going to the Bahamas next week with the wife, and I didn't want to. I'd have been so go with a broken arm or break something and have to be in a cast or whatever. Yeah, I fall probably once a year. I fell during hunting season this year too. Me and Steve, when I shot that 8-point, me and Steve were dragging that 8-point out, and I tripped over a log and ended up face first. And Steve started laughing at me. He's laughing, and I was like, yeah, okay. And we took off dragging that deer again, and we got him halfway up the hill, and sure enough, he tripped and fell and ended up on his head. I said, laugh, huh? Yeah, go ahead and laugh. So I got to laugh at him. I was trying to get my phone out to take a picture of him on the ground laying there, but he got up before I could get my phone out and take a picture. But, yeah, so appreciate you guys joining us. I really enjoy doing these kind of videos and, getting to do some upgrades and show you how easy that stuff is to do. And always fun working on guns. So I will not be here next week. Like I said, I'll be cruising the Caribbean, Bahamas area, whatever that, I don't know what they call that down there. It's white sand and blue water. That's all I know. And it's 85 and sunny. So I'm looking forward to that because it's like 20 here today. So Andy will be in here next week. I'm sure he'll be doing some kind of trivia giveaway show. I know he's got a really nice handguard for the centerpiece of the giveaway. He's giving away one of our American flag Cerakoted handguards as the top prize for next week for the trivia giveaway. So be sure to check that out and maybe win some prizes. So appreciate you guys joining me. We'll see you next week. Remember, you don't have to be an expert to build your own AR, to upgrade it, or maintain it. We're here to help you do that. Thanks. We'll see you next week.